Oh, probably in a couple of months.
I think that she will go down in history as one of the greatest senators that California ever had, and indeed one of the greatest the country has ever had.
Congressman Adam Schiff sharing his thoughts on California Senator Dianne Feinstein's decision to not seek re-election in 2024, a move that makes way for him and a likely wide field of candidates to go after the seat.
She has been a true trailblazer.
Being such a trailblazer, whoever she decides to endorse clearly will hold so much weight. And I wonder if that's a discussion that you've broached with her, if you're confident, because I know you did have positive discussions with her as you were determining whether or not you're going to jump into this race. Do you think that you're someone she would endorse?
I would obviously love to have her endorsement. We haven't discussed it, and I think that we share a respect for each other. For many years, she was the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee when I was the same in the House Intelligence Committee. We both worked to expose and try to push back against Russian interference in the 2016 election. So we've done a great deal of work together, and I would be proud to have her support, but I haven't discussed it with her, and I don't know whether she'll end up making an endorsement.
When people look at this field that's expected to be wide, right now, you and Katie Porter officially, potentially a Barbara Lee, a Ro Khanna, what separates you from those other congressional members that are expected to jump into this race?
We're all rivals under the same flag in that sense. I think what distinguishes my record is that I've been able to actually produce. It's not enough to be progressive, you also have to make progress.
Schiff points to his work, including establishing the first earthquake early warning system on the West Coast and holding the powerful accountable as chair of the House Intelligence Committee and member of the Select Committee on the January 6th attack.
At the end of the day, this is a service job. It is about serving your constituents, and I'm proud of the record I have in doing that, and I think it's recognized by my colleagues.
We've heard this appetite for a woman of color to potentially have this seat. Should the opportunity arise, the opportunity is here. How do you respond?
I think the issues of race and gender are really important ones, and indeed for much of the last decade, I've been traveling around the country as the National Battleground Finance Chair, raising money and helping candidates of color and women compete in House and Senate races. I'm proud of that work, and I think voters will weigh that. At the same time, they will look at our track record, our vision, how much progress we've been able to make for the people of California, and I have every confidence that voters will decide what's most important for California right now at this pivotal moment in our history. And I think I have a strong case to make that I can best serve the state, and I'm going to be out there making that case.
And that was Ashley Zavala with that interview.